Welcome back to The Reset. I am Sean Tucker, human performance scientist and authority architect. We are here in the living lab documenting the science, the struggle, and the shift for every high-performance dad and founder who's ready to bridge the gap between their ambition and their presence. If sales feels icky to you, it's because you're doing it to them. You're not doing it for them. And look, if you get value from this episode, please go ahead into the show notes and give us a rating on Apple Podcasts and Spotify, because it helps reach the man who needs it today. Thanks so much. So sales only feels icky because you're selling to them, you're not selling for them. Let me explain. There were many years where I had bad mentors, bad sales mentors who said, memorize my script, because what that does is it trains you to rely on a script that works and doesn't rely on your, exploration into the unknown, because that's where a lot of people really struggle. And this didn't work very well because it left me and the potential client in this sea of confusion, in this sea of feeling like for the client's experience, feeling like there was a relationship that could have happened, but now I never want to be part of that ever again. Because what happens, and this is traditional old school selling, is you're selling to them, you're selling at them. You're saying, hey, buy my product because it will help you, without understanding where that client is. It doesn't make sense, right? And I'm glad now that we're in this century of selling, the new age of selling is really coming from the place of deep understanding. But there's still that old school selling mentality. And if you're the client who's being sold to, or the prospect, there's still these kind of limiting beliefs and belief systems that are sitting in the back that are saying that being sold to is unsafe. And it's your job as a salesperson, as a person running the business. If you have a business, believe it or not, you are a salesperson. You need to be able to sell to generate more business, unless you have a team member or a partner who does that for you. It's different. Still, it's such an important skill to get good at, because it's not about being sold to. It's not even about selling. It's actually about understanding and helping the client really sit with what's going on for them. The only time you actually bring what you offer into the equation is when they're ready and asking questions about, how can you help me? You have to earn the right to sell. You don't just say, hey, buy my product because it'll help you. Forced selling just belittles people, and it keeps them away from their agency. Give them the choice back. Give them the choice to buy, not to forcibly buy. And I think, there's a lot of wiring around this. There's a lot of unconscious patterns or subconscious patterns that are sitting beneath the surface, which is why it gets really hard for business owners, because it is a very uncomfortable process for a lot of people, myself included. Because what happens when you start actually discovering about this person that you're sitting in front of or sitting next to, is they have to be really quite truthful about what's happening for them. They have to feel safe enough to share what's really going on in their life, because they have met you for a reason. And now it's your job as the salesperson for them to feel safe enough to be with what's really going on, and then potentially explore the idea of how you can help them, or how they can receive what you have to offer. Most people get it wrong. And I was in this camp for a long time. And that is they do all the discovery work. They understand exactly what's going on for that client, but they don't actually present their offer in such a way that allows the prospect to see themselves getting the result from the offer that you have. They get more confused. And this is where I think the art of selling really steps up, and the science of selling, because the science of selling is simple. It's like 1 + 1 = 2. If I go through this framework, then it's inevitable that I'll ask for the deal and close the deal. But if I skip one of these parts in the framework, it might lead to more objections. It might lead to me never asking to close the deal, right? Because there's a whole bunch of steps in the way. And some people, you might be able to jump from step 1 to step 7 straight away because they're ready to buy, or they just have stupid amounts of money and there's a lot of trust in that relationship. And that's cool. It's understanding the nuances of this system, because selling is really just a system for you to get more customers. You need to make it feel safe so that your ideal clients or your prospects are ready to buy. If it doesn't feel safe to sell, there's probably a good reason for that. And your prospects are going to pick up on that as well. So you need to feel that level of conviction that, one, you have a value, that your offer is valuable, it can make a difference in people's lives. And 2, you're willing to ask and trade money for it. Because doing barter trades and things like that, yeah, they can work. They can help build your case study repertoire and let's say your reputation. But ultimately, you don't have a business until you're generating money. It's super important that you're generating revenue in your business, otherwise your business will collapse. So you need to actually understand how to sell, and you need to feel good about selling. Because if you don't feel good about selling, then your prospects will walk into that system and they won't actually want to buy from you. Or maybe they'll just be too scared to actually sit in that system anyway. It's like, I remember when I was going to uni and I was getting youth allowance. I didn't really like standing in the queue at Centrelink, not because of the way it's perceived, but for the very fact that you have to wait a very long time. Sometimes the customer service representatives are quite nasty because they deal with people all the time from all walks of life, and they get quite abused quite a lot. But the point in me saying that is, if it feels unsafe, people won't do it. Or more to the point, people won't want to line up and queue for the service that they need from you because it doesn't feel safe. So protect that space. Make it feel safe. Allow yourself to feel good about selling. Understand you have a need, or your offer is needed in the marketplace. That's all it is. That's as simple as it gets. So, in summary, make selling feel good again. It shouldn't feel icky. It only feels icky because you're trying to sell to someone. Sell for them, and look, they'll actually end up convincing themselves as to why they need you. That's the most ideal scenario. If you found value in this episode, please go ahead and give it a rating on Apple Podcasts and Spotify. Thanks so much. If you want to stop being a passenger in your own life, please scroll a little bit further than where the ratings links are, and please go ahead and download the 7-day nervous system reset. It is an email series that is built on you actually engaging with it, so you need to do it. And look, every day is designed in such a way that you're rebuilding the man from the ground up. Remember that most people wait for their life to change. We are the ones who architect our choices. Change your state, choose how you show up. I am Sean Tucker. I will see you in the next one.